Is this bearish trend for Bitcoin going to continue? Because yes, Bitcoin reached the 49,000 US dollars and then we saw this bearish dump all the way back down to this very important support. So is this support going to hold from this major range that we have been talking about, or are we going to see this continuation even lower? Because yes, has the liquidity flown from Bitcoin into Ethereum, and can we expect this massive pump for Ethereum? Because overall we can see that Ethereum is extremely bullish and Bitcoin looks at the moment extremely bearish. So we're going to analyze the market and also look at the news to find out what we could expect, and we're also going to look at some major altcoins that you need to hold in your portfolio. So if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, and welcome back to B4Crypto. Yes guys, we saw this overall dump for Bitcoin, but we're going to go over to the news to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term, and after that we're going to look at the charts of Bitcoin, Ethereum, the total 3 market cap, the Bitcoin dominance, and also some altcoins. So stay tuned until the end. So let's go over to the first article. Eric Krohn posted on X, expect relative bottom for Bitcoin for the next 2.5 to 5 months. So yes, we can see over on this chart that we always get this consolidations for Bitcoin and this long sideways movement and a lot of bottom for Bitcoin, where a lot of people get frustrated and sell their Bitcoin. Maybe that isn't a bad idea, but we're going to look at the charts later on. But first of all, as we can see on this chart and also this indicator, I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller that you can see the whole chart. Yes, this indicator is the Bollinger Band width percentile, and each time we see exactly at this green line where we're going to see the cross and that we have formed the top, that we could expect that yes, we're going to see the sideways or even this dump for Bitcoin. Exactly on this green line, we can see that the lines crossed exactly here. We have formed the high and this indicator went down, and we saw that the price movement for Bitcoin went sideways and slightly down. And over here we can see the same thing again. We have reached a high and we see that the lines crossed from this indicator and the indicator was pointing down, and we saw this long sideways movement for Bitcoin on the weekly chart exactly here. And yes, once again we are exactly at this stage. We have formed the high on the BBWP. So we could expect, yes, ultimately we're going to see some sideways movement or even a small dump towards the downside. But guys, let's go over to the next chart, because yes, that's a very bad looking shooting star on the weekly candles, I should say, posted by Crypto Bullet. And yes, if we're going to zoom in, we formed a weekly shooting star, and this is overall a bearish formation where we can see that the market has topped out and that we could expect a consolidation or even a dump all the way back down to the very important moving averages. So yes, ultimately on the weekly chart, this is a bearish formation that we can see. But overall, if we go over to the next news, yes guys, 65% of the whales dollar amount is in a long position on ETH. This is the highest it has been over the last 90 days. The spot order book now has 40% more bids, limit buys, than ask limit sells. So ultimately we can see that the major whales are accumulating long positions on Ethereum. And why is that? The burgers, I don't know why he says burgers or refers to burgers. Maybe he wanted to write buggers, closed over $1 billion US worth of open interest on Bitcoin after the ETF approval came in last week. So yes, the open interest, we can see it went down for Bitcoin. So this gives us the indication that all the major whales and all the people are betting on the ETF approval on Ethereum, and a lot of people are taking this bet because yes, we all know that Ethereum went sideways and we didn't get this major pump towards the upside yet, all while Ethereum open interest by the buggers is starting to increase. Speculative money is switching from Bitcoin into Ethereum or even into altcoins, and that is exactly what I've been telling you if we're going to look at the total 3 market cap. Because if we go over to the next bullish news for the altcoins, yes, altcoin market cap broke out from a massive Wyckoff accumulation phase. Price is currently consolidating above the point of breakout. Altcoin rally incoming. We can see clearly on this chart, this is the play of the whales, the Wyckoff accumulation schematic, where we can see that the whales are accumulating in these areas before we're going to see this major push up. And at the moment we can see that the altcoin market broke out from this major range. And yes, this is the altcoin market cap including Ethereum. But if we go over to the total 3 market cap, guys, this is exactly what I've been telling you. If we're going to break out from this major range, we can also see this is exactly here a Wyckoff accumulation pattern where we saw this dump towards the downside. A lot of whales buying exactly here. We're getting this major push up. The whales are selling again. We're seeing this accumulation until we're getting this spring towards the upside and this consolidation exactly at the breakout point. So ultimately we could expect this fast move towards the upside, because if we're going to zoom out on the total Ethereum market cap, the overall crypto market excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum, we can see we had exactly in these areas, we had a fast move towards the downside, we had a fast move towards the upside, and guys, yes, here we also had a fast move towards the upside, and also exactly here a fast move exactly towards the zone. And once again, we are exactly at the zone, and we could expect a fast move towards the upside in a major altcoin season, and this could mean that yes, we're going to see some of the major altcoins see a major push towards the upside. But before we're going to look at the altcoins, guys, let's go over to Bitcoin and also Ethereum to find out what we could expect. And if you like this video, smash up the like button and subscribe, because yes, on the weekly chart of Bitcoin, this is a bearish formation that we have formed, the shooting star on the weekly chart, and we could expect, guys, if we're going to break the 13 EMA on the weekly chart towards the downside, I definitely could expect that we're going to revisit this major trend line all the way at the levels of 31,000 US dollars, where we also can see we have the 50 and the 100 moving average exactly in this area. So first of all, this is going to be my ultimate bearish case, but guys, we need to go on the lower time frames to find out what we could expect in the immediate short term. And on the daily chart, we can perfectly see we have found this high for Bitcoin, and we broke the 13 EMA towards the downside on the daily chart, and this gives us the ultimate indication that yes, Bitcoin is at this bearish trend at the moment. And if we're going to break the 13 EMA towards the upside and come back above this very important trend lines, we could expect that yes, we could expect this bullish move even higher. But overall, guys, at the moment it doesn't look good for Bitcoin, because once again we are under the 13 EMA, and also we broke the 50 moving average towards the downside. At the moment, Bitcoin is trying to hold this line and come back above this major trend line that we've been holding for quite a while, and we have a touch point here and also here, and exactly in this whole level. This is some major levels, guys, and this trend line gave us the indication that we're still in this bullish move. But if we're going to see this rejection exactly from this trend line and break this trend line once again, we could expect that, guys, we're going to dump all the way back down with the first price target, the 100 moving average, which is exactly at the previous major resistance and also support zone exactly here. So ultimately, this is going to be our first price target. But if the 100 moving average doesn't hold on the daily chart, we could expect that yes, Bitcoin is going to come all the way back down to the 200 moving average, and ultimately all the way to this major important trend line round about the 31,000 US dollar level. Because yes, guys, we can see that the price movement of Bitcoin went only up, so it's time that we're going to see this consolidation either over the time, and this means that we're going to see a long consolidation and a boring period for Bitcoin exactly in this levels, or we could expect a consolidation over the price, and this would mean that yes, Bitcoin is going to come all the way back down very quick to this very important EMAs, and that we're going to bounce exactly from these levels, and that we could expect a continuation even higher. But ultimately, I could expect that yes, money is going to flow from Bitcoin into altcoins and also Ethereum. So let's go over to Ethereum, because yes, at the moment Ethereum looks extremely bullish. We once again broke this very important levels that we've been talking about on the weekly chart, because remember what I told you in the previous videos about Ethereum, that the next price targets ultimately is going to be this zone, this major support zone, which will act as resistance, and also this zone, and it perfectly came up. We saw this breakout exactly here, and we came all the way back up to the next major resistance point. But ultimately, my ultimate price target for Ethereum and the next major level is going to be the 3,400 US dollars for Ethereum. But guys, should you invest in Ethereum at the moment? Because if we're going to look at the percentages all the way from the current price movement all the way to the next major level, this would be only a pump of 33%. And yes, is this going to change your life and your investment? No, guys, and that's why we need to invest differently. We are not going to invest on Ethereum, we're just going to invest into the narrative of Ethereum. This means related coins to Ethereum, also coins that are built on the Ethereum network, like for instance Arbitrum. Yes, we've been talking about Arbitrum, and we're seeing this consolidation exactly as I told you in the previous video. Exactly, these are the lines that I showed you we could expect, this consolidation, but ultimately this bullish move all the way up to the next major level, which is going to be the $3.70 level, exactly at the 1.618 Fibonacci retracement level, and this would be a pump of 40% towards the upside. So this is extremely bullish, and can you see the difference? If we're going to get this bullish move for Ethereum, we are going to see that Arbitrum and all the Ethereum network related coins are going to see a much greater pump towards the upside, because ultimately if we're going to go on the weekly chart for Arbitrum, we could expect this massive move. And remember, I told you to buy arbitrum exactly in these levels a few months ago, and we saw this massive pump. If you would have bought exactly at my signal, exactly in these regions, you would have been up on arbitrum at 99%, let's call it 100%. And guys, if you want to stay up to date and trade all of these moves, make sure to go down in the video description below and sign up to my free Telegram group where I post regular trades. But you can also sign up to my Signal group where I post all of my trades on the spot or even on the futures market. And if you want to trade all of these moves, go down in the video description below. Because yes, if you're going to sign up to BITFLEX and deposit $100, you get $10 absolutely free. But my favorite exchange is Bybit, where you can trade all of these coins on the spot or even on the futures market. But you can also trade on OKX. But if you don't like any currency, you can sign up to MEXC. So make use of this major deposit bonus if you're going to use my links. And guys, yes, we could expect a major pump for some of the major altcoins, because if we go on the weekly chart for SUI, yes, I gave this call exactly here, and we can see that we are already pumping, and we saw this major pump for SUI over the weekend. Let's go down on the lower time frames, because yes, exactly in these levels I gave this call on SUI, exactly this line where I told you to load up on SUI. And if we're going to look at the price move exactly from my call all the way to the current price movement, you would have been up 20%. So guys, yes, make sure to watch my videos and smash up the like button and subscribe, and make sure to be in my free Telegram group to always stay up to date. And we're going to look at some ETH narratives to gain some major profits over the next few weeks, because ultimately the altcoin season is here and we could expect a major pump towards the upside. So make sure to subscribe, smash up the like button, and we see each other in the next video. Make sure to be for crypto.